mission of Jewish Family and Children's Service is to provide a broad range of services to members of the Jewish community and the wider community. But we do that in the context of our Jewish values.
Whether it's economic, whether it's social, whether it's senior needs, we've lasted this long because we're there when people need us.
I think the one thing that I've really been struck by in the 75th anniversary is having the privilege of looking at some of the newspaper articles and materials that the agency produced, really from the very beginning in 1937. And what I see is that families always have issues, that people are struggling with different issues, that people are different, but some of those issues continue today. And so what I know for sure is that they will continue tomorrow.
At the beginning, as an immigrant, you feel like a tree with your roots out. We didn't have anybody, so you come to a lovely town, but you don't know anybody, and what do you do next? I think we're always going to be like a living testimony to what Jewish Family Service is doing. Our family is always going to be forever grateful to those people who participated in that program.
I think we never know when there might be a Jewish community in the world that needs to come to the United States. And we, as Jewish Family and Children's Service, need to be poised to meet those needs.
There's anxiety and depression and mental illness, and I think that the agency provides a really critical intervention for these people.
My company went under, and I had a high position that it was eliminated. And one of my family members suggested just talking about it.
You can go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist in the community, at large, and get some kind of treatment. But this seems to be the only agency that's providing it based upon your Jewishness and their service to you as a Jew.
Being Jewish myself, it was a comfortable choice. It was a friendly atmosphere. It also was suggested that being that my economic finances the way they are, there was a sliding rule that helped be able to afford services. It just was some place to go to talk to.
I have learned in my years here to rely heavily on Jewish Family Service. I have found that they're an excellent resource, and I have found Jewish Family and Children's Services to be an excellent ally for me as a clergyman in the community.
Sometimes groups of people have similar issues that they need to talk about, whether it's the loss of a spouse and they want to be in a bereavement group, or they want to be in a caregiver support group because they're caregiving for their elderly parent or their spouse.
My dad needed the attention and the time. And my commitment was to fulfill his promise, which was to never have to go into a home. He wanted to live his years independent. Can't remember who or when suggested that there are resources available at Jewish Children and Family Services. The toughest part certainly was making the phone call. It gave me what I needed to realize that I in fact was doing a great job, and it helped me continue to take care of him the way he deserved to be taken care of.
All of the programs at Jewish Family and Children's Service for seniors are about enabling seniors to remain in their home.
I'm alone. I'm kosher, so I appreciate that they bring me kosher meals.
You need anything? You learn that sometimes you're the only person they might see that day. There you go. There's your food. How's everything?
Because I'm by myself, it helps out a lot. And I appreciate it.
And you're the only person that's there to offer them a smile and a few words and to just check on them and make sure they're okay.
With the economy and its circumstances, as in the past 2 years, the use of the food pantry has expanded almost beyond our means.
It helps me a lot, because because I'm disabled and I have lots of things wrong. I'm in remission from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and I'm anemic and all that stuff.
People have a need and we're filling that need or helping them to become more independent.
I have been coming to the Kosher Cafe almost 10 years. The best part of coming to the cafe is the people that I mix with. Not only the people that I mix with, but each and every day that I come here, I have different volunteers.
It is, I think, a phenomenal place, and I think I got more out of it than the seniors that go there. I mean, it was really a wonderful, wonderful experience for me.
The teen programs at Jewish Family and Children's Service are all about future and leadership.
The purpose of this activity is to consider how the roles in our families play out in a visual manner.
Gesher L'Kesher is a program. It means a bridge to connection. And it's kind of to get people to find their foothold in teenage life, being Jewish teenagers, and sort of how they can relate to other people.
They can take these skills and they use it in organization of projects at school.
I really looked up to my Gesher L'Kesher leaders when I was a student.
I can't thank Jewish Family and Children's Services enough and Gesher L'Kesher enough for everything, all the love and love of Judaism that they've given not only to my children but to everyone here.
The Jewish Community Youth Foundation is a youth philanthropy program.
So we started this program called Pet Peace of Mind.
You said that it takes $2,000 to $3,000 to train your own dog.
We were impressed with the fact that they were taking kids from a young age and starting from the beginning and teaching the kids about tzedakah and about giving and about how to give.
One of the things that we have decided to do as an agency is to create the 75th Anniversary Endowment, because we know from learning about families in the past that families in the future will need us.
What happens with our type of agency is that when the economy goes south, the demand for our services increases and our revenues typically decrease.
Knowing that those funds are available will enable us to do what we do best, which is to provide the services to the community.
If we had to go through that exercise of where do we cut, we'll cut. So, okay, all of a sudden we don't have the income to provide sliding scale, fee scale counseling. Okay, where are these people going to go? Kosher food, people who can't afford to buy kosher food. Will the agency survive? The agency could say it's surviving, but the people who need the food aren't getting the food. They're the ones who aren't surviving. At what point do we stop being the agency that has and stop fulfilling our mission?
I think that people give donations to Jewish Family and Children's Service because they know that we're the boots on the ground agency. I have a vision for the agency that includes our capacity to be able to help those families who need our help. And whatever it takes, and whatever I need to do, and whatever my staff needs to do, because I have a wonderful staff, we do to make it happen.
Jewish Family and Children's
Service.
Families.
Families.
Families helping
families
for 75 years.